Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special edition of Livemasters Showcase. And we have a special guest today, Farhad Razi. And what we did last year is we connected here online, and in our community Live Masters, we had a 7-day Live Masters interview challenge where people that wanted to get on video or already doing video, wanted to get better at doing video, came in our community Live Masters, answered some questions on video, and at the end, we were interviewed people. It was amazing. I must have done probably at least 20 to 30 different interviews. And there's some people that didn't get a chance to complete the challenge. And so tonight on this video, we are going to interview this amazing gentleman, Farhad Razi. He lives in Northern California. He's in real estate. He's done so many different things. He's got a really cool story. And in this video, you're going to get an opportunity to get to know him. And we're just going to ask him some questions. And so get your fingers ready and invite your friends and let them know that we're going to, have a really cool interview. And not only that, if you stay till the end, you will get an opportunity yourself, if you are interested in getting interviewed on our Live Masters channel, because we're streaming this live on my personal page. We're streaming this live in our community Live Masters. And we are streaming this live on our hashtag Livemasters YouTube channel. So I'm going to go ahead and let Farhad talk for a couple of seconds and introduce himself. So we met online in doing this challenge, and it was really, really cool. What did you think first when you connected with me and I told you about Live Masters?
Hey, thank you, Mike. Hello, Mike. How are you? So thank you for having me. It's really exciting. I think I've been following you for quite some time, maybe on 2 years or something. And what struck me first is one of your live videos. I think it came through the feed, and it says I've been live for 1,100 days or something like that. And it was really caught my attention. I was like, wow, because going live is not easy, and for a lot of people, and just getting ready, getting comfortable on camera, which I'm still working on, but. So I saw you, start following you. Got some great content, with your Life Masters group. I think you're doing amazing things, getting people to get comfortable in front of camera. I think is really great. So, and then I start following you. We start chatting a little bit on Facebook, and, shared some ideas, shared some good jokes, I guess, too. And so finally we got to connect even more. So, but yeah, thanks for having me. It was really good for me. I took part of one of your challenges on going live for 7 days, which I haven't done before. So I did that, and it was really exciting, and kind of opened up, got me a little more comfortable in front of the camera. And here we are. I think it's been 2-3 years now.
Yeah, I think we connected 2.5 years ago. Yeah. And so you've been watching my videos for a while, and that's really cool that you decided to get in front of the camera because you have a wealth of knowledge and information. And in the challenge, there was a series of questions that we asked, and you did 6 videos, and you finished them. You did great on all of them, by the way. And so I thought we would just go over and review some of those questions that we asked you, and let's see if maybe some of them have changed, or maybe it would enlighten you a little bit. The first question that we did ask was, the first question we asked is about mentorship, right? About mentorship. What is a lesson or something that a mentor has taught you that you feel compassionate or you feel compelled to teach other people about?
Well, that's a good question. That's one of my favorite ones. I think that's one of the first ones. I'm not sure. By the way, I did the challenge a while back, and our interview was way overdue. So
yeah,
I didn't know this was like impromptu, so I didn't know what you're gonna ask me. So that's really good that you bringing up those questions. So as far as mentorship, I think we go through life learning. We have different mentors, and having a mentor has different roles in our life. It could be a family member, it could be a coach, it could be a teacher, a professor. So, but for me, being in real estate, one of my, I've learned a lot through the years, and I've had different coaches and also mentors. But one of the things that struck with me is all about mindset. And I'm going to give it to you just raw. And one of my coaches said, don't have a BS mindset. because everything revolves around it. How the market is, how you're feeling today, how your job search is, how your career is going, your relationships, everything revolves around mindset. And I think it's great. So that stuck with me. So I think it's something that we all kind of, it's the foundation, kind of the root to whatever we do out of in everyday life. If you have the strong mindset and focus on the future and be positive, I think it's great. Things will fall into place.
Yeah, most definitely. So how did you end up in real estate? Because you have a different background. You haven't always done real estate. So what was it about real estate that drew you to it, and why are you so passionate about it? Because you and I have talked off camera, and you have a lot of exciting things going on.
Well, thank you. Yeah, well, real estate is really something that came. They say great things happen by accident, and my initial career path wasn't in real estate. I have a bio degree. I was into pharmaceutical sales and trying to get into the market, and I got introduced to the mortgage and real estate industry by accident through a couple of my colleagues. So initially, I started in the mortgage industry was really well, and then kind of transitioned to the real estate side. But the foundation, the real reason was to help people and to make sure that I impact a lot of people and in their lives, and we kind of help people generate wealth for generations. So home ownership is very important, as you might know. But yeah, that's I get to help families, and that's the greatest pleasure.
Definitely, most definitely. So what do you think is the biggest misconception about what it is that you do is in the real estate thing? I mean, do you think people think it's easier than it is or harder than it is? What do you think the biggest misconception is about the profession?
Well, the misconception is it looks very easy. I'm sure you've seen those memes. What my mom thinks I do, what my clients think I do, what my friends think I do. But what I actually am doing is scrambling papers, running around, and wearing different hats. So, as a real estate professional, I think you wear different hats. You work with families. You're a psychologist one day, you're a negotiator another day, you're a counselor another day. You help families cope with one of their biggest decisions in life, and also it's a very big financial decisions. So I think one of the misconceptions is that it's easy. You sign some papers and the work is done. But what we do in the background, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it does. It seems like a lot of work, especially if you're not. How long have you been in the real estate profession? How long has it been for you?
So I got my license back in 2005, and I was into the mortgage industry. And then when the market crashed, I was into I was doing the real estate mortgage. I'm sorry, and then transitioned to real estate in 2009. So it's been a few years.
No, that's cool. Yeah. So it's yesterday was Saturday, and I saw your post. You woke up and went and got your car cleaned, and you were showing houses yesterday. How did it go?
It was fun. So I like to have a clean car, and I think that's if you're a car guy, or washing your car, it's like a therapy almost, because it's the fresh smell, clean feel of a car. It's good. And so yeah, yesterday was really good. I had a busy day. I went to in the morning. We had an early showing at 9 a.m. As you know, the market's really crazy. So I try to get my clients as early as possible, get a good view of the house without any distractions, when you don't want other people waiting outside when you're showing the house. So take your time. We saw that showed a couple other homes, and during a break, one of my showings was right next to the car wash where I usually go. So I said, well, perfect timing. So I just got in there and got a quick car wash. So a little pit stop.
Yeah. Oh, so all right. Considering the unique circumstances that we're in the world with what's going on, how with the virus and all that stuff, how has it changed? Like showing houses and having people in your car and stuff like that. I mean, because it's been pretty different experience, right, over the last year. showing
Yeah,
houses.
definitely.
Yeah.
So
So how's
with the technology that we have, even prior to COVID, I mean, most of the showings, when we didn't have the GPS, there was, you would have to look at the map and everything else. But now, the buyers are savvy. We have all kinds of, online that they look at the properties and everything, and we provide them with the properties that best meets their needs. So now it's a little bit different. So we don't get any the clients in the car. They prefer getting their own car. We meet them at the location, and that was prior to COVID as well, but even more so now. So what we do is I'll let them know these are the properties that we're going to see. We'll meet them at the location. And now what's a little change with COVID is before you used to have an appointment, you just show up, and now you have to fill out the property entry permission form. You have to fill that out. It's called the PEAT form. For every showing, you have to fill out the entry permission form and send it by getting signed, and then send it to the listing agents before you enter the property. And even that, you have to follow the guidelines, social distancing, and make sure that, you only have limited number of buyers with you at a time. So which makes it a little bit easier for the buyer's perspective, because you have your undivided attention, you have your private time during the house. You're not in a crowd. You don't have to worry about other people going around, and you take your time and visualize yourself living there. It takes a little bit more time, and that's a good part. But as far as changes, I think it's made it a little bit easier also for the buyers and for the agents also to schedule appointments, go in there and know exactly where you're going to be and get out. And I think it's good. But as far as the market goes overall, the inventory is very, very low right now. There's plenty of qualified buyers, but not enough homes on the market. So as soon as one home comes on the market, it gets listed. The appointment schedule gets filled up right away, and you get offers, ridiculous offers, and the homes get sold really quick.
why do you think? So why do you think the market's doing so well right now? Why do you think there's so many qualified buyers in the market right now, especially with? I mean, well, like I said, what's going on? I mean, a lot of people have been out of work over the last year, but that doesn't really mean anything because there's people that are resilient. So why do you think it's like that right now?
Supply and demand. I mean, just to put it simply, supply and demand, and then people that have money saved up, or people that get outbid for different properties, then they go in. We have a lot of qualified buyers that are ready to move, and people are relocating from different areas. So especially now, like I think it's forget the name of the state now. There's places that actually provide you incentive for moving there. So there's people that are relocating from one place because they have the luxury or they have the opportunity to work from home. So they don't have to live in the where they work, and they can move somewhere that's less expensive and can still continue to enjoy their income. But yeah, so supply and demand. People have made some money in the stock markets. People have, real estate is something that's always there. There's always going to be homes that are selling, and buyers are always there to purchase.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's interesting the way the market is. I'm curious to know how have you used social media so far for your real estate business? How have you applied what you know about social media to connect and network online?
I think I need to do a little bit more of that, first of all. But social media is really important. It's a boost or enhancement to what you already do. Depending on every agent, the real estate industry, everybody has a different strategy, a different style of marketing or promoting themselves, or showing what they're doing. But with social media, it gets right down personal, and you can show what you're doing. And if I, for example, like you said, you just mentioned, yesterday I was showing a home, and then stopped for a quick pit stop or something, and then we sold just another property in San Jose, and we have another one actually coming in Pleasanton, which is a different part of Bay Area. So when we post these, you get actually interaction, and people, because of the low inventory, because of the way the market is, people actually reach out. I get a DM, send me info about this one. For example, I recently had a DM for one of the showings that I did, and somebody reached out, said, "Can I get some more information?" So we just, I said, "Well, perfect, yeah, awesome. I can definitely send you some info. What are you planning to do? Are you looking for buying? Is this for you or for somebody else?" And so they said, "Well, we're planning to sell ours and buy another one." So that was a perfect situation, perfect opportunity. But yeah, social media is very powerful.
Yeah. Sandra says, I don't understand how people are able to move to another location because eventually COVID will end up and have to go back to, COVID. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, for sure. I think people are moving for other reasons than just the virus, definitely.
Yeah, it's not just the virus, but, especially here in the Bay Area, the way the economy is, the cost of living, compared to other states, people have lived there for so long that they've built enormous amount of equity where they can just sell their property and go somewhere else and buy it outright, have no mortgage. So people that are close to retirement, or they live in the tech world, they work in the tech industry or different sectors that don't, it's not required for them to be geographically in one location. I mean, you can have the laptop lifestyle, for example, depending on what you're doing. If you're in stocks, if you're in insurance or real estate or other things that, you can take advantage of that. So those are the people that are kind of relocating. And then you have other taxes compared to California that has, more business friendly, I should say, or have different incentives for business owners or entrepreneurs. So those are one of the reasons that, Tesla's moving, Tesla moved, IBM and a couple other the big companies are moving to Texas and Florida. So
California is a really expensive state to live in.
That's true. You've been here.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was born and raised there. I've moved to Vegas. It'll be 3 years in August that I've been here in Vegas, and it just got too expensive in California. As we had more kids, more dogs. That we had. We just think there wasn't enough room, and then we eventually had to move out here to you can get a lot of bang for your buck out here actually. But you're living right there in the Bay Area where you live and where you're in business. That's some of the most expensive real estate in the whole country right now, right?
Right, exactly. A small 3-bedroom, 1,400 square feet is about $1.5 million right now. So it depends. And that's not a fancy home. That's regular in the East Bay, and if you go further down south to Silicon Valley, or if you go in the city or somewhere else, prices can change within 40 minutes, half-hour driving. So, but yeah, the numbers here are very interesting. The numbers are high, but luckily I've been part of a national group. The company that I'm with, eXp Realty, as we're nationally grown. We're present nationally and also growing globally. Now we're in about 13 countries. So having that benefit, being part of a group like that, is really helpful, because if I have clients here in California and they want to relocate to a different part of the US, we can actually call out on a team member and make the whole process very seamless. So
yeah, and now you can do that in other countries too, right?
Yeah, so we're in about 13 countries, including Europe, South America. We're in UK, and we're and it's we can do the same. It's the same model. So it depends if we have international investors, or people want to move or relocate. We can definitely help with that.
Yeah, you get a lot. Yeah, that's a good point that you're bringing up, that people have been in these places for a long time and they've got all this equity because it's skyrocketed over the last. I mean, just imagine if they bought these houses 40 years ago, what they paid for them and what they're worth now, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, we're looking at a client right now. They bought the house not too long ago, maybe a few years back, for 800. And now we're looking at 1.3, 1.2. So
wow. Yeah. Let me say hello to a couple of people that are in here watching live. We have Jacqueline saying hello. Makiba, hey, if you're still here, hello, Makiba in Texas. And then, of course, Sandra, she was talking about people moving around and whatnot. So, yeah, I mean, this has been really cool. I'm really glad that we got to do this interview. And moving forward, what kind of plans do you have to do videos on social media? Do you plan to implement any sort of media video strategy at all?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is really great. Thank you for having me. This interview is awesome. We've been talking about it for a while, and it's but this is great. I'm definitely going to implement that. If it's, for example, maybe we'll start, baby steps. We'll start with Instagram Live or Instagram Reels. Sorry. We'll have to implement that and start a YouTube channel. So those things are very helpful. And, with your help and your support, I think what you're doing is great. So it'll definitely give us the leg up a little bit.
Yeah, I'll definitely help you out. The stories too are really, I'm seeing a lot of people, a lot more views on stories than videos that I'm doing now. So it's interesting how it's shifted. But yeah, I'm excited because I'm going to leave this challenge open. I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you stayed to the end, you'd learn about how you would have an opportunity yourself to be interviewed here on this channel, and let people get to know who you are. So actually, right now in our community, Livemasters, if you don't know what that is, put a question mark in the comments, and we'll get you some information. But basically, we have this challenge that's available right now. It's open. There's 6 videos that you can go in there and watch, and you do these videos in a closed group. You answered some of the questions, kind of similar to what I just asked in this interview, and you do them in a closed group, or you can do them on your personal page, or wherever you want to do them. And then after you do those 6 videos, then you get to sit right here in this little studio, and we go live together, and we do an interview just like we did on this one with Farhad. So listen, I had a great time with you. I'm super excited to I'm excited to watch you and see what you're going to do. And you live in such a beautiful area of the world, and these houses are beautiful. I've seen some of your pictures, and it'll be cool to see all that on video too.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get him on, and like I said, we're national, and we'll try to get. I travel back and forth a lot to San Diego, so we'll try to get some videos out from San Diego as well. If I travel to any other part of town, other states, we'll definitely cover that as well. And yeah, good times.
Yeah, super cool. All right, everybody, thank you for watching this. If you watch this live or you're on the replay, thank you so much for tuning into this. And we'll be back with a brand new video. And again, if you're interested in getting interviewed like this, so definitely want to leave this open, because I think this is one of the coolest ways to actually get to know people online, and that you guys can connect with. What is the best way to connect? You have your email. Is that your email, or is that your
Instagram at the Razi Group? That's also my Facebook business page at the Razi Group. So you guys can just follow me, and I'll follow you back. You can leave a message, or DM me on Instagram. I'll connect with you. And if anybody has any interest in getting into real estate, or if you have any real estate questions locally here in the Bay Area, California, or nationally, we're a national team. I would love to help you out and get you going if you guys are interested.
All right. Sounds good. Appreciate your time, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.